Alright, so today I'm going to be bringing you Deep Rock Galactic, Scout, GK2, Overclock, tier list. Whew, what a mouthful. I know these tier lists are like all the rage, and I've been a little apprehensive about doing one of these because I feel like a lot of this is very subjective, and I definitely feel like there's going to be some elitist folks that if they even see this video will have some things to say. But rest assured, I have done some research, and if you're wondering, well, what experience do I have, according to Steam, I have like over 620 some hours playing this game. Of course, not all of that is pure playing. Some of that's sitting in the hub chatting, but I have I'm only missing 2 of the achievements, so I have all the has 5 ones. So it's not just coming from a pure scrub, but there's definitely people who are way better than me. So this is a mixture of my opinion and some things that I've researched. So what I'm hoping here, what the goal is it's to help new players and it's to help some kind of intermediate players figure out, what overclocks, if you haven't unlocked them all yet, should I be going for? What builds are probably going to be a little bit better for the end game stuff for Has 5. So with that said, I'm just going to get right into it. So I'm using this tier list thing over here, and then I got the game open. And I'm just going to, not in any particular order, just go through them. I guess I'll start with the bottom one. So this is gas rerouting. So gas rerouting is a clean overclock, right? So there's no negative effects, which is great. This is going to give you faster reload and faster rate of fire. Cool, right? Nothing bad about that. The faster reload, I will say, is the reload's already pretty fast on the gun. So I'm not sure how necessary a faster reload would be, but this doesn't hurt, right? So it helps. So that's cool. And then the other one is the faster rate of fire, which I think is like really that's what you're looking for. That's what you want. Faster rate of fire, it basically equates to more damage per second. I think with this clean overclock, though, neither one of these pluses or ups are super high. This is just kind of like, it's a nice little clean overclock. It's nothing great. It's not going to transform your weapon into anything devastating. It's not going to change the playstyle. It's just, these are just little minor upgrades. So with all that being said, I'm just going to put this one into the B tier. It's not really that good, but it's not bad either. I think right in the middle is where it belongs. Compact ammo. I think I'm more or less going to say the same stuff that I just said for gas rerouting as I did for compact ammo. So what do you get? You get expanded magazine capacity and less recoil. So the expanded magazine capacity is always good. That's always good. I like that. That's great. The less recoil, though, kind of like the one that makes you reload faster. I just don't think it's necessary. The recoil isn't that bad. This gun is not hard to control at all. I think to me, this is like maybe the easiest gun to use in the game. And I probably like it the most. And maybe for that reason, it's a nice bread and buttery gun. It's an all-arounder. I'll talk a little bit more at the end, my kind of analysis of what I think about the GK2. So I'll just stick to the overclocks for now. But so the expanded magazine capacity is really the benefit that you're getting here. I think the less recoil is nice, but it's not needed. So kind of like the gas one. I don't think this is good or bad. I think it's just somewhere in the middle. So I'm gonna try to drag it onto the screen. I'm gonna put that in B tier. I think I had this one. I think maybe before I had like any of the other ones, and it was nice to. If this is what you have, this is what you have, right? Like, when you're new, like, you don't really have a lot of choices. It takes a long time, I think, to unlock all the overclocks. I think I was, like, pushing 200 hours by the time I got all of them, and that was before they came out with the new primaries. So, Yeah, alright, so those two are B tier. What do we got next? Homebrew powder. I want to like this one, but I don't. Yeah. You can potentially do less damage, so it's just like, this is like the RNG machine with more RNG. Like, they call this a clean overclock, I guess because overall, I think you're getting something like 15% plus or minus more damage, and that's all it does. Yeah, it's boring and it's dull. It just, I mean, it makes the last two I just did look a lot cooler. Like, maybe that's what it's good at, making the other overclocks look good. I think if you get all the damage mods on this, like if you crank this up to 18, I think your lowest damage shot possible, so like right at 80%, I think you're still doing like 14 point something damage, and I don't know, 14.4, I don't know what the number is, man. Someone can do the math on that. But I believe the lowest damage that it can do with these two damage mods is still enough to kill a swarmer on Hazard 5, a one-shot on a swarm. Yeah, on a swarmer in Hazard 5. So, there's that. I think this just gets completely outshined by another overclock, and yeah, so yeah, it's boring and it's not that good. So, for that reason, I'm gonna put this in C tier. There might be some people who like this. Some people might say that it's more consistent than I'm saying it is. No, I don't think so, man. I think this is inconsistent. I just don't like it. So that's all I can say about that. Electrifying reload. Whoo! Oh boy. Oh boy. So there are some people who really like this one. Some people who are fans of this. So I'll just read out some of this stuff. Electrocute previously hit targets on reload. Alright, cool. Small decrease in damage and slightly lower magazine capacity. Well, let's start with the bad stuff first. Yeah, I don't like lowering the magazine capacity, and this gun already doesn't do enough damage. It just doesn't. So that kind of stinks. So not that you're forced, but I kind of feel like now yeah, absolutely, you're kind of wanting to get these damage upgrades now, just because of how low the damage already was. You know, like 15 damage is also like a famous number for this gun. That's breakpoint. I think technically it's 14 point something, but you know, because we're dealing with whole numbers here, 15 is the number you need to one-shot swarmers on Hazard 5. That's a very stereotypical, common, well-known number here. So what does this do, though? So you basically shoot targets, and it puts like this electric dot on them. I think it's like a 6-second dot, and I think it does 12 damage. So per second. So it's like 6 times 12, it's like 72, something like this. So it does 72 damage, which is a good chunk, honestly. That is kind of a nice chunk of damage. But that damage is done over 6 seconds. The problem with this is when you play in groups, you know, unless you're by yourself and you're facing a swarm or, you know, a group of bugs, your teammates are just gonna rip up everything that you've dotted up. That's just the truth. It's just, you're not really gonna get like the full effect. You're not gonna get like that bang for the buck. I think this is considered, and I'd probably have to agree, this is probably the most ammo efficient overclock that is available for the GK2. So that is nice, and this is probably nice for solo. So by yourself, it's great for kiting, because I think it also adds a slowing effect. Right, that electric damage over time. So it's good for kiting, it's good for solo, it's ammo efficient. It's just, when you're doing like those kind of defensive type missions, so like you're doing like a salvage, and you have to defend that area, yeah, this is not good. This is like actually bad for that. This is pretty terrible for that. You know, you need to kill the things before they get into the green area and before they start hitting you. Like, you can't, like, run around and kite with this thing, you know, when you're doing something like that. And the same is kind of true for the drill dozer mission. It's just not good for that at all. So, you know, it's really hard for me to decide where this overclock should go. You know, if there was something in between, like if there was like a high C or a low B, I think that's what I would do. But I think I'm gonna say high C. High C. Hey, that's where I'm putting it. I think some players can probably like really maximize its potential given the correct situations, and I could see it being B tier then. So you got to like work for it. I don't know. Maybe someone would even say it's A, but no, I don't think so, guys. I really don't. Yeah. So that's where I'm keeping it. The only argument I would take is maybe it goes into here, but I think it's high C. Yep. All right. So what's the next one? AI stability engine. So let me read what it does. No recoil and a very fast spread recovery. Increased weak point damage. However, it lowers damage output, and it's got a slower rate of fire. Alright, so basically, this thing makes it easier to shoot, and it makes it more accurate. And if you get that weak point shot, right, if you shoot that grunt right in his mouth, you're going to get rewarded. But, again, with that, like, 15 damage breakpoint, you got to make sure that you're getting at least 15 damage from this. So that would be good. Well, I mean, what else can I say about this? You know, if you get the damage, if you get the hollow point bullets, you can actually two-shot grunts if you shoot both shots in the face. So that's kind of neat. And that's on Hazard 5, but you got to get the damage upgrades in the hollow point mod as well. What this essentially does, if I haven't really spelled it out, is that it kind of transforms this into a sniper rifle. The no recoil and the accuracy basically gives you like some silly long range with this gun. The only advantage I can see using this overclock over using like the sniper rifle itself is that this one is probably better at killing swarmers, assuming that you get at least 15 damage on it. A long time ago, like a year ago when I was playing, this had gotten like some sort of buff or something, and it was like all the rage. Like everywhere you would read and anyone you would ask would tell you that AI stability engine was like the best overclock. And you know, people on Reddit would say it's for noobs because of how easy it makes shooting it, but yeah, it's not just that. Like it really does increase the range, and it could be a lot of fun too. Like it is a fun one. I think it's fun. I know people think that electrifying reload is fun too, but this list that I'm trying to give you here, I'm trying to go for more like optimization, more if kind of pointing this at players who might not have a lot of time to play and they're just trying to prioritize which upgrades to get. Also, yeah, and then kind of like in that same vein, if you're looking to practice or get good at particular builds, I'm hoping that this is going to help you figure out like what's kind of closer to the top, because when I give my S pick here, it's not going to be a surprise to anyone who's played this game even just a little bit. But anywho, so AI stability engine, where am I going to put that? I'm still going to put that in A. I like it. It's fun. I think it's really good. You know, it's kind of like this hybrid AR/sniper rifle. I have fond memories playing with this. I did like this. So I'm going to keep it at A. I don't think that too many people would disagree with this either. Maybe some folks would want to put it into B tier. They don't think it's strong enough, but considering I'm going to have an S tier, I think A is where it belongs. So next one, Bullets of Mercy. Bullets of Mercy is hands down the best overclock for this gun. So let me just read off what it does. Deal bonus damage to burning, stunned, electrocuted, frozen, or poisoned. Basically, if anything has a status effect, this is going to do more damage. And how much more damage is it going to do? It's going to do 33% more damage. When I first started playing this and I saw this, I just thought, oh, well, how am I going to guarantee that I'm always going to get a status effect on something And even now, I kind of feel like that. But it actually happens a lot more than you think. Like, are you playing with a driller? Well, yeah, congratulations. Like, this will always work. No matter what they're doing, you're going to get the bonus from this. So you could just fight right next to the driller or just always be with the driller, right? And, like, this is always going to work for you. If you get this mod, right, increased chance to stun the target on a weak point hit, that's going to make this go off. So you shoot a grunt in the face, they get stunned. Bam, now you're going to get more damage. I think comboing this with the... Well, the frost grenades do work. That technically is true, but I kind of think that the IFGs are a better grenade to combo this with. You get more of them, and they last longer, right? I think they last like 15 seconds. So, you know, if you drop that down in a good spot, you know, for the next 15 seconds, you're guaranteeing that this is going to go off. So, oh, and then like another combo that you can do, I think, well, the combo that I like is the boomstick, right? It's the shotgun. You can get a mod that basically gives you fire damage. Well, that counts. So you could shotgun things first, and then switch to this, so that you get that. I think like those those cryo minelets for the pistols, I think maybe I don't think I've done that, but I can tell you that the shotgun getting that fire thing absolutely combos with this. Yeah, this is just hands down, this is the best one. There is another scout that I consulted who is far, far better than me. Look at any guide. They're going to tell you it's this. You can go on Reddit. I mean, every other post is going to tell you that BOM, Bullets of Mercy, is the best one. So I'm going to have to put Bullets of Mercy in S tier. I don't think it traditionally fulfills the S tier role in that I don't think it's OP. Like, I don't think it's broken. But is it above all the rest? Yes. So for that reason, I have to put it in S tier. Alright. Did I say everything that I needed to say with that? Yeah, I think so. To me, Bullets of Mercy is just a straight-up better version of this Homebrew powder. So that's another reason why I put Homebrew down here. Like, when you get like 15 all the time, but you get 33 like most of the time. Yeah, so that's where it goes. Alright, and then what's the last one? Overclocked firing mechanism. This is actually my favorite one, and I admit that it's not the best, and this is actually the build that I like, and this is what I use with it. So get that minimum 15, right? So what does this do? Significantly faster rate of fire and stronger recoil. You know, that recoil is nothing. Don't even worry about that. That's, nope. It's not bad at all. But the rate of fire is pretty solid. You're going to get a substantial DPS bonus with this. However, I think when you're really getting the Bullets of Mercy, all that stuff to align, I think you're technically getting more DPS out of that than you're getting out of this. But if nothing's affected by a status, then yes, this is going to be better. This is a little more ammo hungry as well. Yeah, I think it's the most fun to shoot. I think the recoil actually makes the gun like feel like an AR, so that's kind of neat. And I think it's pretty solid all around. But yeah, I mean, just everything just kind of gets dwarfed by that Bullets of Mercy. So where does the overclocked firing mechanism belong? I think it goes here. I really like it. I think it's good. I've had a lot of success with it. I've done Hazard 5s with it. Yeah. It's definitely below AI Stability Engine, though. It's not as good. So I would say it's the third best overclock overall. First being Bullets of Mercy, then AI Stability. And what's like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th? I don't know. I wouldn't even be worrying about these, honestly. If you're kind of new, or you haven't unlocked all the overclocks and you're trying to figure out like what to save your money for, I wouldn't worry about these. If you don't have anything, then I'd probably get one of these two. But yeah, so that is my list. I'm so good at rambling though, so let me just say some other stuff. The GK2 right now is not in a very good spot. Historically, the defense for this gun is that it's the jack of all trades and master of none. Well, now it's kind of mediocre at all trades, period. The Drac, unfortunately, I feel like has just replaced it. The Drac just kills faster, and it basically does the same stuff. Like what's the downside of the Drac versus the GK2? I guess it's hit scan versus projectile. And really figuring out how to shoot projectiles is just it's a matter of quote skill. So you can negate the harder to shoot thing with your own ability. So that's not even really like a con. I think it's just kind of better. And the sniper rifle is also just straight up better. Right now there's an overclock for the sniper rifle hipster that is insanely good. And it actually kind of makes it less of a sniper rifle and more of an AR. So if you're trying to, if you're really trying to save, the GK2 might not be the weapon that you want to invest in. If you like this weapon though, then I would say these top three are the overclocks that you're going to want. You never know what's going to happen though with like balance changes and patches and things like this. So if you really like the gun like me, stick with it. What's kind of cool about this game is that even like the worst builds, I think can technically work in Hazard 5. I mean, you might have to really, you might have to put in more effort into making some builds work, but I've taken this in the Hazard 5, the GK2, and it's fine. I definitely think that these other weapons are probably better. I'm not even gonna say probably, they're just better. But that's okay. So anyways, I hope this helped. I hope this gives you an idea of what overclocks are worth getting. And if you like this, please let me know. And I'm planning on doing more individual ones. So yeah. Or if there's any other suggestions you have, let me know. All right. Thanks.